holidays have us thinking, what is the ultimate gift I can give? Have you ever thought about the gift of life?
Well, right now in Tennessee, there are 3,000 people waiting for an organ. Half of those on the list are minorities. Tennessee Donor Services staff are working around the clock daily to meet those life-saving needs.
And as Sylvia Castaneda learned, even one of the darkest days in our history did not slow down this mission. It's one of the many reasons why Tennessee Donor Services is our News 2 Gives Back hometown hero this month, presented by Nashville Subaru.
The terror attack of 9/11 shook the nation and shut down airports and airspace across the country. In Nashville, a call goes out from a hospital to Tennessee Donor Services, the nonprofit which connects life-saving gifts to patients who need them the most.
We have a patient who is in the operating room right now, a donor patient, and this liver needs to get to Houston.
That child in need of the life-saving liver transplant, an infant named Karina. Executive Director Jill Grandis called the Nashville International Airport Air Traffic Control Tower and was able to reach the tower supervisor.
Time was of the essence, and she said, "I understand your emergency."
So as the organ was being prepared, the collaboration between Jill, her staff, the hospital, the airport tower, the 118th Tennessee Air National Guard, all the way up to the White House began.
Ultimately, within about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half from the time I placed that first phone call, we knew that that liver was getting on a C-130 Tennessee Air National Guard accompanied flight to Houston.
That was the only flight allowed in the air that day, outside of any military patrol.
The passion and the drive that our staff presented that day is nothing short of miraculous.
I cannot express how thankful I am for this life, especially on a day when so many people lost theirs.
She calls me every September 11th to thank me and our team for being, for persevering, for not giving up, for making sure that she had a second chance at life that day.
Tennessee Donor Services works 24/7 to ensure life-saving organs get to patients in need, like Rayshawn Morand and her sister, both double lung transplant patients.
We feel extremely blessed that both of us have done so well with our donor lungs. Our gratitude is immeasurable. There are no words I could use to express my thankfulness for my donor family and to my organ donor. All I can do is promise her that I will use my lungs to the best of my ability and I will take care of them and honor her through living my life.
One patient who donates their organs can save the lives of up to 8 individual patients waiting for some type of organ transplant. And 75 or more patients could be benefited from tissue transplants just from one organ donation.
One way those giving the gift of life are being recognized is at the Tournament of Roses parade. Tennessee Donor Services nominated Dakota Sams, a liver transplant recipient at age 4, to be recognized in a florograph on a special float highlighting organ donation. It's because Dakota was such an advocate.
At one time at the driver's license place, he got out of line and went up because somebody declined being an organ donor, and he went up to the front of the line and told them that if it wasn't for an organ donor, he wouldn't be here.
Dakota became a donor himself in 2020 when he died in a motorcycle accident at just 21 years of age.
He donated corneas to 2 people, a man and a woman, and restored their sight, and 3 heart valves.
Ligaments,
tendons. It makes his death a little bit easier to accept, knowing that he helped so many people.
So many people can be a donor. Very few things would prevent that from happening.
So during this holiday season of giving, Tennessee Donor Services asks for you to consider registering to be the gift.
Tennessee Donor Services is a hero to me because all of the work they do for organ donation awareness has helped to give me my life back, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Tennessee Donor Services is our hero because of the compassion and the care that they have given us and shown us throughout this.
They make so many people aware of how many people's lives can be saved or improved through organ donation.
So we honor Tennessee Donor Services as our News 2 Gives Back Hometown Hero for December, sponsored by Nashville Subaru, for connecting life-saving organ, eye, and tissue donations to the patients who need them, saving lives.
To become an organ donor, register at BeTheGiftToday.com.
Tennessee Donor Services say if you decide to become a donor, it's important to let your family know your wishes. More Local on 2 right after this.